Exactly 43 years ago today, I graduated from the University of Ibadan in the southwest of Nigeria, the most populous black country in the world. I graduated 3 years behind my classmates because a female lecturer refused to forgive me for responding rudely when she asked why I was absent from class the previous day. Years later, the reality of Proverbs 15:1 dawned clearly on me. It says a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Literally, it means a well-spoken word attracts approval and commendation, but a fool's mouth calls for strokes, as in Proverbs 18:6, which says a fool's lip enters into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. After realizing my mistake, I took the following steps to ask her for forgiveness. Number one, I asked her personally one-on-one to forgive me. Number two, I sent her co-lecturers to plead with her on my behalf. Number three, I sent her neighbors in her living quarters to plead with her on my behalf, but she refused to forgive me. For 2 consecutive years, she failed me in her subject in my final year. Just as it was done for Peter in Acts 12:5, prayers were made for me in my church. When I came to my wit's end, I approached Mr. Dele Omotunde, who was then an editor at the popular defunct Concord newspapers. He was sympathetic to my ordeal. He agreed to interview the female lecturer, other lecturers in the department, and key figures in the administrative structure of the University College Hospital, Ibadan, Nigeria. The purpose was to expose the victimization I was subjected to the whole world. On arrival for the assignment, almost all the lecturers and key figures he approached to interview turned down his request because they didn't want to face the press. But that was the beginning of my journey to graduating from the university. I was a student army officer on the fattest scholarship in Nigeria at that time. In addition, I was receiving the salary of a commissioned second lieutenant, and it was higher than the salary of lecturer grade 1 in the university at that time. I had a car and rented an apartment outside the campus and was therefore perceived as living too comfortably as a student. All this added to my being targeted. Apart from failing me marginally in her subject, she also painted me black to external examiners who came to assess us, such that during the viva voce oral assessment defense, external examiners who never knew me before will ask the questions related to my living standard as a student army officer who had a car and lived in a rented apartment outside the campus before asking me any relevant clinical questions. Following the newspaper publications of my victimization, the Dean of the College of Medicine set up a board of inquiry to investigate my complaints. The female lecturer and I were invited to face the board. On conclusion of the investigation of the board of inquiry, she was instructed not to participate in assessing me at the next final examination. And boom, I passed. When she was restrained from assessing my papers. In the concluding part of this true life story, I will release a summary of the serialized 3-day newspaper publications that were instrumental to my graduating from the university. Don't miss it.